everyone, welcome to a special edition of Poppin Bottles with HBIC. It's also a bourbon bump review with Bologna.
This is synergy. This is like the Avengers. I mean,
worlds are colliding. So I usually do my Poppin Bottles vid. He does bourbon bumps vids, but we're gonna do a combo vid because he's hanging out at the house today. So yeah, we're here at the newly named BBC.
The Bums Bourbon Cantina.
Yes, Bums Bourbon Cantina. So we're live at the BBC. But today we are doing the newest releases from Heaven Hill, Elijah Craig, A124 barrel proof, and the Larceny A124 barrel proof. So we're gonna pop these and we're gonna talk about these and see what you think. So let's start with Larceny first.
Yeah, let's start with the Larceny first. We'll save Elijah Craig for a second. I have big hopes for the Larceny bottle. I was just in a discussion this week with some friends online talking about Larceny C923 and C922. Typically, the Heaven Hill barrel proof releases get a lot of fanfare, especially the C releases, which are the third release of the year. The Larceny the last 2 years, while I named the Elijah Craig C923 Whiskey of the Year, I haven't popped the C release until like well after Christmas. Last 2 years have been unreal. So I'm excited for this. Typically, the A releases don't get as much hype, but whenever you get to these bottles and they're roughly $60, $70 for
$70 now.
Yeah, $70. It used to be $59.99. But I still think they hold their value. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so this Larceny comes in at 124.2 proof. No age statement, so usually around 6 to 8 years for the Larcenys. But you know, the C922, I think was that one Whiskey of the Year? Was it C921?
C922 won awards.
Yeah.
And then C923 got overshadowed by Elijah Craig's C923, but I thought was just as good. So obviously Larceny, the weeded offering for Heaven Hill, that's comparable to like a Weller Full Proof, if you guys are familiar with that stuff. But all right, let's have it nose. So this is a fresh pour, neck pour.
We're going hot with the neck pours in a barrel proof.
Typically, when I do my reviews, we got some notes. I let them air out. So this is straight off the gun. I like
this. This is why I don't usually do the Larcenys and the Elijah Craigs for a Poppin Bottles vid because of, like he was just saying, they come off hot off the neck.
But. So this straight up honey and caramel, like typical bourbon nuts. Not much because it's a weeded offering. It's not gonna. You're not gonna get a lot of the black pepper from like a rye or anything like that. It smells good. I don't get much heat off of it. Some little bit of like pie crust. All right, let's try this and have it.
Cheers.
Ooh. Yeah.
That tastes nice.
That's good. All right.
Wow.
Honey. There's some honey, some caramel, some classic like bourbon notes, vanillas in there. The finish is super oaky. So I didn't get much oak on the nose. And obviously we just poured it. Like we didn't let it air out or anything like that. But the finish is where I get really good oak. These aren't age dated, are they?
No, the
Larceny are
6 to 8 years.
This drinks like a higher aged weeded bourbon.
Yeah, this is on the back here, mingling of 6 to 8 year old bourbon. So yeah, there's no one really knows unless you're the master distiller how old that is.
The wood on that on the back of the palate is really good. Wow.
Yeah.
This is that's
a very good one, especially for a neck pour. Like
especially for the A release. So I know my local bodega still has a couple bottles, and I haven't picked up the A release for Larceny. So as soon as we're done videoing this, I might head over because that was really good.
Yeah, that's a very good pour. Like you mentioned, the Larceny C923 last year definitely got overshadowed. Now this one, we're going to talk about Elijah Craig next. I have a feeling the Larceny might overshadow this one because a lot of people are down on the Elijah Craig this year, coming in at 119 proof. So it's their second lowest offering for the proof statements. And it's a 10-year, 9 months. So I think people got a little too happy with the 13
People got spoiled, is what
Yeah,
happened.
people got spoiled with the C923s with the 13-year, 9-month age statement on these. So this is 10-year, 9 months. But I think a lot of people, when it went down from what was the C920, like 133, I think it was.
The proof?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They lowered, obviously, they said that they're not gonna age it, or like they lowered the 12-year minimum that they released these with. But also the proof on this is what I saw people complain about as well.
Yes.
It being under 120 proof, which in my eyes, I don't mind that. A lot of the times, if there's a barrel proof product at a lower proof, that just means like water evaporated faster than the alcohol, and you're still getting a full flavored product. So I'm not too worried about the proof. I'm more worried about the age compared to the other ECBP products. And I saw mixed reviews on this. I saw people that were really adamant that they dropped the ball, and I saw other people that like, yeah, people are spoiled. It's still a really good product. So I'm excited to see for myself.
All right. So let's
Yeah.
hear this. Let's get some.
Let me get some of this action, spin action.
Ooh. So I think the nose and the Larceny is better.
The Larceny was more subdued. I'm
there's
getting a lot of. There's a lot of something going on in here.
I definitely get a lot of ethanol like right off the nose on this one. It's masking the notes for me. But I think definitely because it's a neck pour. I think it is.
It doesn't. You know what? It smells like a classic Heaven Hill product, like a Heaven Hill 7-year bottle and bind, obviously at a higher proof. There's like a little bit of like nuttiness to it. So yeah.
But the Larceny definitely had a better nose in my opinion.
See, so now I'm getting oak and nuts from here. I didn't get the oak and the Larceny, but I definitely got on the flavor. So I'm excited to try this. People complain about the 10-year. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Oh, initial thoughts. It tastes thin. And they're not watered down. We just talked about it. You know, a lower barrel proof product sometimes is because the water evaporates faster than the alcohol. But these are uncut. But it tastes thin. Like the mouthfeel is like there and gone.
Yeah.
The flavors are good. I get a lot of wood. I get a lot of oak. Some black pepper, some baking spices. It's not bad. The problem is there's been so many good Elijah Craig barrel proofs that this would probably fall somewhere in the lower half. We've been getting these bottles. I checked before I left. I have like both of these releases since A21, so it's been a few years.
Yeah, I think I started like with the C21s.
Yeah.
Maybe even the B21s. But there was a couple. I think I don't have like a lot of the age, but ever since then I've been buying these up because these are great just to bring for like if you're going to like a bourbon sharing party or you're going just having few friends over, crack it open because it's not like they're good, but it's not like you need to like keep them for special occasions.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you can share them with friends, and if you run out, you're just gonna know in 4 months there's gonna be another one anyways for you to get to, and it's just Heaven Hill does great products, so there's nothing wrong with them. I think
there's a funk to this that I don't think I like. There's a finish to it. I don't know. There's like a plasticky aspect to it. I usually get that with like Jack Daniel's products. I don't get that with Elijah Craig. But there's like almost like an artificial sweetener aspect or like a Splenda or something at the very end that is a little off-putting.
It does, for me, it does leave like a, you get like the tan, like when you do wine, you get
the tannins. Yeah, there's definitely like some oak, like there's like a wet wood to it.
Yeah.
Man, I was hoping I was gonna sit here and yell at people like, "You're spoiled. These are still great." This is not great. I didn't like this. I don't think I like it at all, actually.
I'm gonna compare it now to going back to the Larceny.
Yeah, that ECBP, no bueno. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
If I had to grade it, probably a C-. It's still a passing grade, but barely.
Yeah. So, it's just hard because everyone loves so much the C923.
Yeah.
It's one of the best bourbons I had last year, and
I said it was whiskey of the year.
yeah. And then you come back with the lower proof, and it's definitely it on the nose. It didn't feel right on the nose to me right away. The mouthfeel at the finish, you get a lot of the tannin on that. Like, so
The Larceny.
Larceny is definitely the better of the two.
I like, if I were to grade this one, I said this was C minus, a solid B.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing like overwhelmingly awesome like the C series. But it's a good bottle. I'll probably pick it up when I leave.
Yeah, this is definitely the winner of the A's. So
Yeah.
and the 923 is nothing bad about it, but because Elijah Craig overshadowed the Larceny. But yeah, this is definitely out of the park, the better of the two. If some of these I've still seen sitting on the shelf too at my local Binny's, they still have this sitting on the shelf too. I think people are sleeping on this when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, so the Larceny does like it sits longer than the Elijah Craig barrel.
Yes.
And for this release, I'm probably not going to pick this up. I mean, obviously, the C series go that
Yeah.
you can't find them anymore, and I typically try to pick up 1 or 2 bottles of each of these. But for the A124, that's going to be a pass for me.
Yeah, no, definitely. So the Bourbon Bums are recommending Larceny A124 for everyone this year. So I think that's our review for today. This is a combination Poppin bottles and Bourbon Bums review. We're tag teaming stuff now, so I mean we got to do more content in the BBC. So
Typically, when you see a BBC, sometimes there is a lot of tag teaming involved.
that's true.
right.
And that's not for this pod.
That's a different.
We're not trying to get canceled off of YouTube already. So for HBIC and for Bologna, we'll catch you next time on Poppin Bottles.
Cheers.
Are you tired of getting the same old bourbon sitting on the shelf? Looking for something to impress your bourbon friends with? Then head over to Greene Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook and grab one of our single barrel Bourbon Bum store picks. We've got a 9-year Knob Creek bourbon, an 8-year Knob Creek rye whiskey, and our ever popular NULU toasted wheated. That's right, toasted wheated. So head out to Greene Valley Wine and Spirits or message one of the bums. But hurry, because once these bottles go, they're gone forever. Become a Bourbon Bum today.